Envision yourself half a year from this moment, more anchored, fortified, and luminous within. Not due to the outer world softening its blows, but because you've reconstructed your inner citadel. Today, I shall unveil 7 Stoic-rooted practices that, if embodied with quiet devotion, can transmute your existence in 6 short moons. The first custom? Begin each dawn with an elemental inquiry. What within today's unfolding belongs to my realm of command? Before routines ensnare your focus, before the clamor of civilization invades your peace, inhale slowly and pose this question inwardly. The marrow of Stoicism lies in grasping the edges of our dominion. What lives under our sway versus what does not? Channel your life force solely into the governable, your reactions, your determinations, your ethos. Release the rest. If you greet each sunrise with this discipline, adversity will meet a tempered soul. The second ritual is the cultivation of inner armor through the art of Premeditatio Malorum, envisioning misfortune. Odd as it may seem, this mental drill is not morbid, but medicinal. Spare a few sacred minutes daily to contemplate what might unravel, not to sink into cynicism, but to steel the psyche. Recognize that loss, upheaval, and impermanence are perennial guests in life's parlor. You'll become as a seasoned mariner, undaunted by squalls, steady at the helm. Third, embrace the twilight practice of evening journaling. The Roman emperor-philosopher Marcus Aurelius inked his soul each night, not in vanity, but in pursuit of lucidity. Ask yourself, what did I navigate well? Where did I falter? Writing transmutes mental disarray into structured insight. It renders you awake to yourself, enables course correction, and nurtures a spirit bent on ascension. You needn't be a wordsmith, only a pilgrim of personal evolution. Next, etch this in memory. True contentment is never tethered to outward ornaments. This axiom is foundational. Affluence, accolades, the applause of the crowd, none of these grant enduring peace. Serenity emanates from a cultivated intellect, unwavering amid ovation or censure. Anchor your joy within, and you shall stumble upon a vast reservoir of equanimity. Your metamorphosis over these coming months will not be conjured by lightning bolt revelations, but by quiet, repeatable acts of will. Perfection is irrelevant. Progress is sacred. One indispensable habit: the choice of silence over eruption. In Stoic thought, command over one's tempestuous emotions eclipses conquest over kingdoms. When goaded, when the world appears unhinged, respond not with sound, but with space. Not from repression, but from discernment. A quiet mind births wise conduct. To master yourself in fury is a mightier feat than to subdue an empire. Another vital precept: regard time as your most perishable jewel. Too many move through life as if eternity is on tap. But time is a river that only flows forward. Once it passes, it is irretrievable. Ask relentlessly, is this worthy of my dwindling hours? Withdraw your attention from trivial pursuits and redirect it toward what holds soul value. Recalibrating your time-worth ethic can ignite a seismic life shift. And know this: agony is not an anomaly. It is intrinsic to existence. This is not a call to gloom, but a summons to fortitude. When we relinquish the illusion that life must cater to our whims, we unshackle ourselves. You grow formidable, not because life coddles you, but because you've become too stalwart to be shattered. Cease comparing. Every soul trudges a unique, unseen odyssey. Peering sideways at another's path only blinds you to your own. Comparison is a leech that drains your clarity and joy. You cannot fathom the silent battles behind someone's sheen. Conserve your energy for self-cultivation, not scoreboard watching. A life well lived is not sculpted by cataclysmic overhaul, but by micro-decisions repeated religiously. Fatigue will knock. The temptation to abandon will hiss, but every minor choice etches the contours of your becoming. Remain steadfast, and 6 months hence, your reflection will be that of a fortified being, swathed in inner stillness. Another cornerstone: act from your values, not your fleeting tempests. Emotions are will-o'-the-wisps, intangible, transient, often misleading. If they govern you, inconsistency and confusion will follow. Instead, become a steward of virtue, discipline, honor, courage. Let these eternal anchors guide you while emotions drift like passing weather. Further, disentangle yourself from obsession with outcomes. Your actions reside in your command. Results do not. Often, effort and intention are met with unanticipated ends. A Stoic neither clings to triumph nor crumbles under collapse. He fulfills his duty with excellence, content that the rest lies beyond his reach. This posture liberates you from despair, anchoring you in serenity born from effort, not reward. Each dusk, engage in sacred self-examination. Ask, where did I shine today? Where did I stumble? How might I refine tomorrow? Reflection distills experience into wisdom. Without it, evolution is accidental. With it, every day becomes a step toward transcendence. It is not an exercise in self-flagellation, but in honest refinement. Gratitude, an oft-whispered yet rarely embodied virtue, is paramount. A Stoic doesn't pine for absence, he reveres presence. Clean air, a sturdy heartbeat, the ability to endure and still feel wonder. Gratitude reshapes the lens from scarcity to plenitude. It doesn't deny difficulty. It acknowledges grace amidst the storm. It breeds joy not from acquisition, but from awareness. Never forget, you are no leaf in the gale. You are the artisan of your own becoming. The behaviors you water today will bloom into the person you wake up as tomorrow. Not perfection, but persistence. Not speed, but steadiness. Live by discernment, by virtue, and even unseen, you are victorious. Perhaps the most piercing ritual, Memento Mori. Remember, you are mortal. At first glance, this sounds macabre, yet to the Stoic, it is liberation. It reminds us to cut the fluff, to stop hoarding time, to release grudges, to cease performing for hollow approval. When death becomes real, life becomes sacred. You begin to live, not in fear, but in fierce intentionality. Alongside this stands Amor Fati, the love of fate. Not blind acceptance, but fierce embrace. This doesn't mean everything is good, but that everything can be used for good. A Stoic proclaims, "This isn't happening to me, it's happening for me." Hardship becomes forge. Setback becomes syllabus. You cease merely surviving. You begin thriving in spite of and because of reality. These disciplines require tenacity and tenderness. You'll falter. Regression will beckon. But a Stoic never demands flawlessness, only that you rise again. Inch by inch, day by day, greatness is amassed. Picture 6 months from today. Your pulse steady under pressure. Your temper quelled by wisdom. Your joy sparked by simplicity. Your life led by principles, not whims. That version of you, it is no fiction. It is your future, if you dare to begin. There is no cosmic permission slip, no gatekeeper. The architect is you. The moment is now. Control what you can. Relinquish what you cannot. Embrace what arrives. Reflect with devotion. Be grateful for the scraps and the splendor. Remember the clock is always ticking. And above all, love your fate. Not for a flawless life, but for a formidable one. Take the first step, then the next, until half a year from now, you glance back and whisper, I have risen, and I am only just beginning.